Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shalom World Podcasts. Coming to you from the vibrant and spiritually charged atmosphere of World Youth Day Lisbon 2023, we have a truly inspiring guest joining us. Mark Lysaght, a passionate advocate for youth evangelization, serves as the Executive Director of NET Ministries Australia and New Zealand. NET Ministries, a beacon of hope for the youth, is dedicated to igniting the hearts of young people with the love of Jesus Christ and fostering a profound connection with the church. In this special episode, we delve into Mark's remarkable journey and the profound impact that NET Ministries has had on countless young lives.
I have Mark Lysaght, who's from NET Ministries, and in particular focus on NET Ministries' work in Australia and New Zealand. So tell us a little bit, Mark, about NET and what they do.
Look, NET stands for National Evangelization Teams. So it's young people aged 18 to 30 that feel this call within them to go and tell other young people about faith, their witness and their encounter of Jesus Christ. 35-year anniversary this year.
Wow.
So it's just quite extraordinary. For 35 years, young people have felt and heard this call to go and tell them.
New Zealand,
Australia,
Ireland,
New Zealand, Ireland, started out of United States, Canada, Scotland, and Uganda. And we've had missions out into South Africa and all around the Pacific.
I've had experience of NET in Ireland, and every parish that I've known the NET teams to go to, it does have a transformational impact. It has a massive impact, but not only on the people in the parish, on the young people themselves. The experience that they get to have, the character building, the faith building, most importantly, the fruits of it in terms of vocation of their lives,
absolutely,
is wonderful. What does it look like to take time out of your life and do time with NET? How does it work?
Look, the easiest way to explain that is having done that myself. So sort of 18, I had this experience, this encounter of Jesus in my life, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. And I walked into the Catholic youth office in our local diocese and picked up a pamphlet, and this is a few years ago now, 1994,
there was
95.
no Instagram then.
Yeah, exactly. Not at all. Thank God. Thank the living God. There wasn't, I think, at some stage. But in the midst of that, I picked up this. It had yellow shirts, but there was just something about it. Something clicked in me. I went, "That's it. That's what I want to do." And felt this prompting within me. So I applied. They said no.
Oh no! What did you do wrong?
All of the best stories start out as I applied and then no.
And so I ended up living in this house with a whole bunch of guys, learning to pray, and we would fast once a week, or a whole number of things, and applied again. I got serious about my faith a little bit more.
So you need
a little bit more experience.
At the start of the NET journey, your faith need to have a good, strong foundation, because you're the one going out witnessing to your.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that was what the staff said. Look, just go away, do a little bit of work on yourself, and then come back. And so I did. So 96 and 97, so 2 years, went and right across the east coast of Australia. Wow. Like, I'm a Kiwi boy from New Zealand, Christchurch. There's not maybe a couple of 100,000 people in my town there, but millions of people, schools, and the outback of Australia. From Cairns. The
places you got to see,
just
and it obviously had a massive impact on you, Mark. And I know that you met your wife through NET as well.
Yeah.
A beautiful fruit. But here you are many years later, working with NET. So it has stayed with you for many, many years.
It has, yeah. I had the opportunity to serve, obviously on the teams and then on staff for 3 years. I then served on the board of directors for NET, and the previous director, Mark Doyle, who's from Canada, had served as the executive director for 8 years, said, "Look, we reckon you should come and do this." And I'm like, yeah, I don't know that I've felt that call, but eventually the call came, and I experienced this. So the last 18 months, executive director for NET Ministries Australia and New Zealand. So
NET has been at the vocational fair here at World Youth Day. So the vocational fair basically stands from loads of different wonderful organisations and religious orders. Part of that, of course, is to share what NET does and to say to the young people that are here, why don't you take a year or two out of your life?
Yeah.
What's your message to a young person who might be kind of discerning or feeling how you were feeling, saying, I'm coming away from World Youth Day, I'm on fire, what do I do with this now? What happens next?
Yeah, right. Like, we saw Pope Francis today, like up close and personal, and something happens in you. And there's this buzz that and you want to go do something. There's almost this urgency that comes out. You want to go do mission. How do you do that? NET Ministries is one of those places to do it. And I think in the midst of doing that, one, you're learning to pray. There's community that you're developing. But in the midst of this deeper question of what am I supposed to be doing with my life? Where am I going? How am I going to do that? How am I going to serve the church? And so I think the questions of priesthood, particularly of religious life, are going on for the men and women that are on NET teams. As they enter into that prayer life every day, the team prayer that they're doing, there's this experience of, am I called into that? So we've seen many vocations in the priesthood and religious life come out of NET Ministries.
As well?
And absolutely. Hands up.
So, like when Pope Francis is that invitation to serve, right?
Yeah.
And then this, as we've gathered here for World Youth Day, like that, we're all pilgrims. We're all here called to serve, to go and make disciples. And so what kinds of qualities, what kinds of things are you looking for in people who not only want to go home and foster and nurture the seeds of faith that have been planted here at World Youth Day? Because each and every one of us, we have these mountaintop experiences, but if we go back to our normal life, it's just after a couple of days, it's kind of like, well, I guess, that was nice.
You can get sucked back into the routine of it.
But what are you looking for in people that might have this call to go and witness their faith in this particular way?
Yeah, we're looking for an enthusiasm, obviously that urgency, that punch,
that fire.
That fire, we really want young people that looking to develop leadership skills, that they're looking to make an impact. They've experienced this call in their lives, not just as a one-time sort of an encounter, but this ongoing experience, and they know what is possible from this experience of God in their lives, this animation of the Holy Spirit with them, and want to make a difference in the world. It's there's a real impact, and they want to meet young people where they're at. Our young people are searching for meaning and for purpose, and they've found that meaning and purpose in their relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, they'll go on, obviously state of life vocation is one thing, but, from mathematicians to university lecturers to, builders and electricians or whatever it may be, it doesn't matter where they go, but they take that faith with them.
Bring it on that journey. That's an important thing, Mark, just for people to understand, is that once the NET team has done their training and they're formed very well, they're going into parishes and they're doing, as you say, that peer-to-peer work that, young people need to hear from other young people and have that moment of, whatever they've got, I think I want that joy.
Yeah,
from their peers.
And that's the genius. That's the genius. We've grown up, for a lot of us, in classrooms with our peers. And so once again, you have your peers say to you, faith is okay. Don't be ashamed of it. It's, own it. It's part of it. And once they find a community that they can be part of, there's a confidence that comes. The netters that come, they are courageous. They have answered a deep something, and look, some of them come. Father Rob Galea, who was just on before, one of his hashtag sayings is "do it scared."
Yeah.
Right. And so a lot of our netters come doing it scared, and they go into the parishes, into the schools,
it's very much connected to the theme of World Youth Day. Mary went in haste.
Absolutely.
That feeling that Our Lady must have had of so many different emotions, but she just went.
Yeah.
And so what would your message be to a young person that has that feeling, but also has that fear and going, oh my goodness, really? As you felt when you were asked to get more involved, really? Is this what I'm called to do?
So I think you just have to step out. I think it really is that do it scared, be bold. You've had that experience. Don't lose it. Do something with it. Put it into action, and go. Just go.
Just go. But
so I think one of the things that happens with the young people, we train them how to deal with those particular situations. Of they get the curly questions.
We're not just sending them out.
We just go, oh yeah. Lambs to the slaughter. No, that is not what is happening. We're really working with them to help them understand how to answer those questions in a loving and generous way. One of the things that we experience about our young people is that they just want to be heard. They just want to be listened to.
Yeah.
And so our young people don't go by themselves. They go as a team. They're around each other. They're so disarmed, the young people, when they met the NET team, by the NET team just loving them for who they are, where they are, and what's going on for them. all the hostile questions sometimes just sort of, they're like, there's something going on here. Can't put my finger on it. And so this relationship, this accompaniment.
Thank you for joining us today. Tuned into Shalom World Podcast for this extraordinary event that celebrates faith, love, and unity.